सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। महायोगी स्वामी उमानंद सरस्वती की जय। What do we understand by total surrender? Total surrender to Guru. Actually, this journey with a Guru is not a short journey. It's not a short journey. Once you find a Guru, the relationship continues, just like parental relationship is there. Is it a short journey with your parents? No. You continue, whether they are with you, they are not with you. In your mindset, your parents are there. Whenever you are taking a decision, whether it is even at the age of 50, if my son has to take a decision of picking up a house, you will say, let it be close to my mother's house, or let my mother's house be close to my house. So, you tend to keep on having that personality in your mind, whatever the deeds you start doing then. For a shishya, for a devotee also, this relationship takes a prime, and it comes as a prime prime thought. In any activity the devotee takes in life, any action, any work, any service, any decision on personal level, physical level, mental level, intellectual level, the thought behind is, will it be approved by the Guru? Will Guru be happy if I do this? Will Guru be annoyed if I do this? Do you think this is the grace of Guru that the opportunity has come my way? Do you think the Guru is testing you? Whatever happens in your life, whatever, just as you relate it with your parents or your children or your partners, so any decision, whether, even if it's in an office, if you get a promotion, you will say, well, I hope my wife will be happy if I get a promotion. And I hope she'll be willing to come with me where I go, or whatever. So you just carry the entire, your day-to-day decisions are, they are directly seen through, whether it is a matter of convenience, comfort for your family, whether it is approved by your parents, whether not. Similarly, a shishya, whatever he starts doing in life, he starts relating whether will my Guru approve of it? Will my Guru approve of it? Will my Guru, I know there are so many times, say, let's just take an example of waking up early. The moment there is a 3, if I get up at 3 and somewhere the clock is almost at 3, just 1 or 2 minutes this way, that, first thought will come is, yes, probably my Guru wants me to wake up today because it's exactly 3. I know. In 1985, my Guru took Nirvana Samadhi. But if I get up at 3, and if it's very close to 3, then I know, no, it's her decision today. She's taken pains to wake me up. If suddenly, suppose when I'm writing and now I'm studying Ved, so much of it is just not understood. A very sweet thought came to me. Should I look at it scientifically because it's universally applied? No. Did I study science? Did I keep a scientific approach to reach where I've reached today in spiritual journey? No, I haven't. I haven't used physics, chemistry, maths, algebra, calculus to reach where I've reached now spiritually. What were the things that I've used? I've used some concepts of God. I've used the concepts of prayers. I've used the uh, concept of faith, and I've used the chantings of certain mantras. Are they there in Ved? Yes, they are there. They are there. There are about, say, 50-55 gods. I decided to make them into two parts. Gods known to me and those who are unknown to me. I've decided to divide them in two groups. The gods known to me. There are some names which are not known to me at all today. But I have still kept a place, a chapter for them. Because I want to know how has, if at all, 1,000 years have passed in understanding of gods. What are the maximum changes, the minimum changes? Or what are the basic differences? But for sure, these two things that I have used to do my spiritual journey, the concepts like, as I said, faith, gods, chanting, meditation, improving my nature, trying to be good, trying to overcome my weaknesses, all these are shown. They are there. They are there. They are there in Ved. So let's see how close I come to it and to its understanding. We'll come to it later. But right today, this is total surrender. You're trying to understand everything around you, directly applying to you, and similarly, you're simultaneously applying it to whatever has existed between you and your Guru. Whatever has passed on between you and your Guru. How was I bound to my Guru? I was bound with affection, with faith, with humility, with a concept of surrender. I didn't mind if she took charge in her hand of my life. Oh my God, yes. I'm glad she's taken charge of my life. Otherwise, I would have slipped and made blunders, and probably I would have landed up in situations difficult. She's taken charge of my life. And that feeling of allowing her to take charge of my life, for me, if I need to turn to her and say, I don't understand, I don't feel small about it. I want her to tell me, well, this word you could use this. If you have not understood, then this. So that surrender is not difficult for me. I don't feel, why should I ask? No, I don't feel that. I feel, why not? I mean, I don't even ask why not. I just ask my problems. And I say, well, Gurudeva, I don't understand this. Please help me. And there's absolutely ease in that surrender. And it goes a long way. It could be day-to-day, it could be a day-to-day decision. It could be a situation which needs a change in my pattern of life. It could be a question of diet, or it could be watching a film. Somewhere where, just as any man, any person would relate his normal day-to-day life with his parents, or with his wife, with his children, something similar to it, the thought process has got another very powerful personality in your life without controlling you. It's just a beautiful interaction. It's a thought process. That is the surrender. That sort of a surrender one needs to develop. Yes, it simultaneously goes along with your consciousness. This relationship develops with consciousness. The consciousness, through intuitional promptings and through consciousness, you start going and you start accepting it. You are, even if you're meditating, and suppose you feel uh, uh, that in meditation you are getting, suppose you come across or you see a saint in your meditation, and then and you tend to have a conversation with the saint. Then there also that nature is, oh my God, my Guru has sent another powerful saint. I'll give you a very beautiful example. I was initially initiated by Guruni Maharaj of Pune, and I was very devoted to him. I was very fond of him. I was very fond of him. And in my meditation, I saw Guruni Maharaj coming to me. It was morning time. So probably a little bit of a drowsiness was there when Guruni Maharaj came. And he brought along with him Loknath Tirtha, his Guru. So both of them visited me. Guruni Maharaj came and he says, you wanted to see God? Here is God. And he introduced me to his Guru, Loknath Tirtha. So I fell at their feet. And I went to hold the feet of Loknath Tirtha. And suddenly I said, but before I hold to, I said, Maharaj, I want to even hold your feet. I said, you are my Guru. You have brought me Loknath Tirtha. So when I held on to the feet of both the masters, first I could practically in my meditation, I could feel that I was holding on to the feet of my Guru. Even at the instant, there was like an introduction made to God. Yet I could not forget Guruni Maharaj. I wanted him there because I realized this is called a surrender, which you don't force yourself to do it. It's just there. You are just fond of that person. You are attached. You get attached to the person. You get attached to your Guru. You get attached to your master, and you want it to be so till the end of your life. Just as we are fond of our parents, and we will continue to be fond of the parents till the end of our life. Something like that. This relationship is very beautiful. There is no, especially, at least with the parents, we have a feeling that we've achieved this, we've achieved that, we've got a job, we've got a promotion. When it comes to a devotee and a guru relationship, the doer mentality simply vanishes. Because anywhere, any decision taken, any achievement made, you know that this is the result of Guru's grace. There is absolutely no doer there. The doer doesn't exist there. So even this surrender is not, it's not modesty. It's not a modest talk. It's the fact. It's such an accepted fact and such a loved fact. It is a loved fact. You are very happy that it has been done by the grace of the Guru. You don't feel that it is stealing away your credit. It gives you the feeling that you are nearer to Guru. That is why it has been done through you. Now this is something we call surrender. How do we gather speed in spiritual sadhana? You just have to leave it to the Guru. You have to leave it to the Guru. There are times when you wake up. Sometimes when I tend to become a little lazy about my spiritual sadhana, Suddenly, I meet somebody who talks about their beautiful experiences in their spiritual sadhana. The next morning, again, my clock starts saying, see, you haven't got what they've got, so you get up. All this is a part of your journey. The Guru, in some way, keeps on holding to your hand, and thank you. I would like to thank my Guru for having held my hand for so long. I know I have been sometimes lazy, sometimes distracted, sometimes very strange you are. I mean, your affections go haywire. But then again, sometimes you want to surrender. That surrender is not a compulsion, it is a comfort zone. How do you surrender? When you sleep on the bed, you just allow. Are you feeling that you're surrendering to the bed? No, you're just comfortable in that feeling. You are allowing your body, mind, and intellect to absolutely relax. Yes, that sort of a surrender. And in meditation, when you learn to surrender, it is like you are letting your mind, your intellect, your soul just dissolve. There's a very beautiful example given in Bhagavad Gita. Like how a salt gets dissolved in water, like that you should dissolve yourself in meditation. Just as a salt gets dissolved in water, you put in, you don't even need to stir, it just dissolves. It just turns itself into a salty water. You don't see the salt. The finer salt is not seen. Slowly the water becomes a little foggy, and you will see that the salt transfers its taste, transfers the water into salty water. So, it's a beautiful example. Or, yes, I think we'll go to the next question. Then why do most people then fear going to Guru? This is probably the reason that you feel, because you feel that your existence has just dissolved. So some of the people who would like their identity to be preserved, they may feel very hesitant about going to a guru because they will feel that their identity will get dissolved. No, they are made to find the other half of the undiscovered identity of the individual self. We are made of spirit and matter. We are afraid that the matter gets dissolved. More than the matter getting dissolved, you are introduced to the spirit side of your life. Therefore, a surrender, it is only to rediscover yourself beautifully. I'll give you an example. We had been to Ganga. He was staying at the banks of Ganga, and obviously, since we were with the at Ganga, we wanted to bathe in it. So, in the early morning, we two sisters went into the waters. The waters were so cold. They were cold. At 3:30, we were there at the waters. It was very cold. And my sister said, "You go for the dip first." So I said, "Okay." And I held her hand because we are not comfortable sitting down, getting up and all. Age factor matters. So I held her hand, and then I decided to go into the waters, and I dipped in. And I thought, my God, I'm going to come out shivering. No, when I went into the water and I came up, I was flooded from within with warmth. I was stunned at it. The waters were cold and the body reacted to it by creating spontaneous warmth, so that the body, so the mechanism must be beautiful. I said no. when you dip into the waters and you come out. I said, no, I told my sister, no, I'm warm. My face and my hands were warm. They were not cold. I was stunned at that reaction. I expected to freeze when I came out of the waters and shiver. No, it didn't happen so. Came out of it and I was flushed with warmth. And when I came out, I told my sister, no, feel free to dip in. And I could do it then again and again because I realized it. The cold waters did not freeze me. I mean, it's a strange experience I had. I don't know whether all of you will see what I'm trying to say. Because normally you get into the swimming pool and all, you feel it's cold. When you come out, your body is cold. But when I came out of the waters of Ganga, I was warm. I wouldn't call myself, I won't use the word hot, but I would definitely warm. I mean, this was normal feeling of touching was not cold, it was warm. I was stunned, something like that. When you go to a guru, you feel you have lost your identity. Not really. You have realized your new identity. You have not realized an identity at all. You have just you're lost without getting lost. It's a very strange experience. You find yourself, and but it's definitely it's a very beautiful experience. Yeah, you can have it yourself. What is the difference between the discourses given by a guru and by teachers? In the discourses given by a saint, there are promissory notes. Promissory notes. Something is going to change your approach to life, your attitude to life. Your understanding is going to have something. This is a very intricate understanding. Sometimes your questions are not posed. When you meet a guru, you don't need to ask questions. Sometimes the answers are there in the discourses for questions which you have not asked, but you are having the questions in your mind. You are having those questions in your mind and you find the answers in the discourses. Normal teachers, when you go to colleges and schools and universities, you ask a question related to that particular subject and then the answer is given to you. But with a spiritual person, there are times when you don't ask questions. The answers just happen to be found there in their discourses. It's a very beautiful, I'll give you an example. I have probably repeated this example earlier. A journalist had visited Ramana Maharshi, a great saint. The journalist had made a list of questions because they were told that whatever you need to ask, keep the questions ready so that when you ask the question, it should be quickly because he's a master and there will be many. So we don't know how much time you'll get, so keep your questions ready. So this man had kept the questions ready and they were in his hand and he was waiting for Ramana Maharshi to ask him what are the next questions or something like that, interact with him. But every time Ramana Maharshi would look at him and he would say, all right, what next? He would feel that the first question which had come up into his mind was already answered. It was already told. Ramana Maharshi in his talk had already explained that. The second question, when again next time Ramana Maharshi would look at him, he would say the second question, the journalist would feel, it's a very silly question. I should not be asking such a silly question to a great man like this. And somehow every time Ramana Maharshi looked at him, the questions were not needed at all. The explanation either came before it or the questions appeared silly. And he was put into a total silence. Total silence. Now, this happens when it comes to a guru. A spiritual master has something very unique about him. Very unique about him. Now, how does one know whether Guru is testing you or blessing you? Guru, when praises or criticizes you, it should be looked upon as a test. Yes, there were times that you are tested by Guru. Because what is going to be handed over to you is something very important, something by which you can do welfare to mankind, but also you may cause harm to mankind. So therefore, when you are going to be given some spiritual siddhis, we call, which can help you to do good to the society, but which can help you to even harm the society. You may do it unknowingly. It's not an intentional. Normally people on spiritual path don't intentionally do wrong anything. But so Guru criticizes you, praises you, and sometimes tests your emotions, whether you get angry or whether you verbally hit back or whatever. And then he tests you, and gradually in testing you, he sees how much of the ego part of it is left in you. Yes, what he tests you is for your ego. For your ego. Because ego is the biggest obstacle on your spiritual journey. Ego is the biggest obstacle in your spiritual journey. The moment you are aware that you are someone and you cannot be treated wrongly like this by a master or something like that, then you yet need to overcome your ego. I will give you a very beautiful example. Once a very scholarly person comes to a guru and he says, these are a few of the couplets I have written, and these are a few which are already studied by me, but of which this one particular couplet I am unable to understand. So will you be please kind enough to explain to me? Guru looked at it and said, don't worry, your servant's daughter will explain this to you. Now, you are a scholar. You have come to a guru, already you are feeling humbled because you don't want to ask someone for explanation. So you've got to tell that however scholarly you are not able to understand. Now the guru, after telling him that you explain, the guru tells you, your servant, not only the servant's daughter, could be hardly 10, 12 years old, she is going to explain the couplet to you. Obviously the man will be shaken up. He will not like the idea. So he will go back, and the same thing happens. This fellow goes back. And he goes back very disturbed. He says, this is ridiculous. I mean, I'm already a scholar. I went there to express my humility and humbleness, and I wanted my guru to interact with me. And what does he do? He sends me to my servant's daughter to get the explanation. He's already disturbed. But as soon as he enters his front yard, courtyard of the house, that little child is sitting on the swing and she's singing the same little 2 lines which this man had written down for explanation. So he casually hears and he says, so, you're singing something. What is it you want to say? So easily she speaks about the couplet. Now, this was just an incident which was going to happen about 10 minutes later. So, Guru says, you will be given the explanation. Sorry. This is dissolving ego. This can be tested by a guru. We'll have to take a break now. I'm afraid I have not carried water with me, so I'll have to let you go. This is Swamy Radhikananda from Pune. We have covered questions 40 to 44. And let's continue with this journey on Siddha Yoga. Thank you.